everyone. Welcome to another Mahalo Halo Las Vegas. I'm your host, Toni Rose. My girl Lepileps is not here. I'm so sad, but it's okay because you know why? We are in the new studio. And when Lepileps gets back, we're going to make sure that we have another chair for her to join us. But today we have an exciting guest, one of our very own Peach LV hosts here. You guys are very familiar with this beautiful face because her name is Miss Cirimille.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, very good. How are you, girl?
I'm good.
Well, we're just going to chat today because, you know, we often talk about the things going on in the community and all the things that are happening in our town, and those that are helping really cultivate this culture, the Filipino movement, especially the impact that we're making. And speaking of impact, Cirimille was just presented in a book called Women of Impact just this last couple of weeks. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much.
It's a big accomplishment. I think a lot of younger women now have so much to step into in that next level. And I think let's talk about it. I think offline we talked about how you felt that maybe you haven't done enough as the women that are also on this platform with you. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I was telling you, Ati Toni, that when I was at this Women of Impact book launch, I felt a little bit, I don't know if ashamed is the right word. I felt shy maybe. Okay. Because, I was surrounded by so many legends, people, other titas and ates and, nanais, all of that who've been around, who've been dedicating their life to doing what they've done for the community over the last year or however many years. And, I'm still so young. I feel like I have so much that I still need to do and put forth. So to be included in something like this was very humbling, but also
it's honorable,
exciting.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to take it. That's what I'm. Right. That's where I'm at. I don't know how to take it, but it's.
And that comes with a lot of your humility, and that is also credit to your mom because you and your mom share a story in the book. Yeah. And I'm excited because I still have to read more of the women's stories in there and to be empowered and encouraged. But talk about how it feels to be with mom. She really paved the way for your business, CMC Boutique. Oh yeah. Along with your dad. And also just the work ethic of who you are today. Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely do owe a lot of that to my parents. Growing up, I've always taught to put my best foot forward, to do everything that I can when it comes to business, education, relationships, just put that best foot forward. And growing up, my parents have really instilled in me the importance of doing things with your heart. Right. You don't chase the money, you don't chase the fame, you don't chase any of that. You do it because you really care about who you're doing it for. You do it because you care about what you're doing it for. And I think that's why I owe a lot of it to my parents, because seeing my mom go through everything that she did, even my dad too, but seeing what they had to go through with the business. So when they opened it up, they came here with nothing from the Philippines. Well, my mom came here from the Philippines with nothing. And so she told me the story of when we first moved here, her and my dad were delivering newspapers door to door, pushing me in a stroller, and they were just walking the neighborhood, all for what, 15 cents per newspaper. Wow. And then my mom was like, I as much as I love doing this, I need to figure out how I can make a living here. Right. And then she started talking to people, and people were like, "Oh, where can we find karaoke machines?" Because we're Filipino, we have to sing.
That is in our blood.
It's in our blood. And my mom's like, "That's a great idea. Yeah, maybe I should start a business." Right. And it started with the karaoke and going to people's houses and installing all of that. Yes. Fast forward, she's like, you know what, if I'm going to be installing karaoke, why not make it a one-stop shop and add furniture? So then we added sofas, couches, all of that. And then in 2008, the economic recession had hit, and it was either my mom had to decide close the business or how do we navigate through that. Right. And that was just one of the signs that, seeing my mom growing up, I knew that she could get through anything.
Right.
Because then COVID hit and she got through, and here we are, stronger and better than ever.
Yes.
And thanks to my parents, this is all because of them.
And we titled this segment or the show "Beyond the Crown" with Cirimille because we often see you wearing your crown and sash, and really in the community advocating for what your purpose is, right?
Yeah.
And also just networking and giving back always. But today I want to just peel back the expectations of that crown and the things that you hope that you're not conveying when you wear that crown, because there's a lot of pressure that goes into the image of, a beauty queen or a leader in the community. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. Where do I even start?
Where do I begin?
We were just talking about that today, how I was like, I don't have any lipstick and stuff on.
Right.
But Auntie Toni had a point about how it's like, I'm always glammed up.
Right.
It's okay to be myself.
Or the opposite. I'm over here like in house shoes and leggings all the time, and I have a hat on always. But it doesn't have to always be on. You don't always have to have a face to speak from the heart or to speak for what you truly want to accomplish in that day. And like today is like, hey, a little bit of eyeliner goes a long way.
I just want people to know, like, this is who I am. Because somebody asked me the other day, are you always on?
Right.
And I'm like, yes and no, because if you know me, my personality is, that's who I am. When you see me at these events, that's who I am on a daily basis. I'm joyful. Excited to see people. I told myself that my legacy is, if there's one thing I want to leave in this life, it's just my smile and to give kindness to people.
Yes.
And I want people to know that, like, when they think of me, hey, she was that person that always gave me a hug, always said hi to me, always included me. And so when you see me at these events and when you see me outside, I'm the same person. I'm just not wearing the crown, I'm not wearing the sash, because I don't want to only be known for that, I want to be known for my purpose in giving back to people.
Yeah, what are your goals now? Because I know, in your business, you guys obviously have traditional wear.
Yes.
And you also acquired a new dance studio. Let's talk about it. Surprise. Which is exciting. Thank you for allowing us women, mamas, to come and take over the space, because that is also a little bit of freedom for us to just be in that moment. Talk about dance and how you grew up with dance. I know you did some ballet, hip hop, jazz. She's done it all. We're Filipino. We
have to. No,
we do. But also that's another avenue of business for you guys.
Yeah.
Just talk about how where you're expanding this next couple of months.
So my mom and I just opened another business together, mother-daughter duo always. We took over a dance studio. So it's called we took over and then we revamped it.
Right.
It's called CMC Dance Creative Studios. So this studio can be used for choreography, if you want to do a Zumba class, if you want to do yoga, and then the creative side is if you want to do photo shoots, modeling, any acting classes, anything like that. So it's kind of all in one. And the reason why, like you said, going back to my roots, I grew up doing dance for pretty much my whole life. Ever since I was 5 years old. My mom didn't want me to get hurt doing sports, but dance is just as scary.
It's just as tedious, correct.
So I did ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, pretty much from elementary all the way up to high school.
This girl can dance.
It's my
hidden talent.
It's my hidden nose.
No, it's not hidden. Actually, it's up there. No, it's not hidden.
If you see me at the galas, I'm always line dancing.
I love it. Yeah. And I'm excited because you've joined Top Rock Mamas for this time around. Speaking of Mahalo Halo, May 10th, downtown Container Park. We're going to be back 4 to 9 years old, 4 to 9 p.m. What was it? Because you said 5 years old. Yeah. So we want to bring it back. Downtown Container Park, free event.
Yes.
Cirimille will be joining Top Rock Mamas this time, and she will be a part of our routine. It is a Mother's Day celebration, and we have a lot of fun, really cool things for the moms this time around, but also those women that are just thriving in business. We want to push positive the image of the moms that are just trying to make business a reality, right?
Yeah.
And let's talk about your also upcoming big news for September. Can we do that?
We can't say the date, but we can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to congratulate you because it's a whole new realm of things in life.
Womanhood and
just a new chapter.
A new chapter.
And your legacy.
And my legacy.
So let's touch on it.
So for those who may or may not know, I am finally getting married this year. Woo! My fiance and I have been together for 10 years.
Since you were 10.
Since we were 5. No, just kidding. We've been together for 10 years. We met in college at UNLV, actually. And he's amazing. He's so supportive. If any of you have met him out there, he's him and I are literally just copies of each other. We feed off of each other's energy. And I think that's why we've been able to, be together so long. We've been blessed with each other's presence, and I'm really excited to marry him finally. There hasn't been a reason why we haven't gotten married. It's just life got in the way.
Life is life.
Life is life, but also him and I, like I said, we never felt the need to pressure each other, which is something that I encourage other people out there. You shouldn't ever feel pressure from your partner. In life,
period. I think the timeline of things, like you're getting so much done, you hit 30.
Yes, I have.
So, there's milestones in life where a lot of, in our culture too, and I have to say it out loud, because there's expectations of hitting certain, career goals or just those milestones, and it puts a real pressure on individuals that are really pursuing their dream to be entrepreneurs, traveling the world.
Successful, all that.
All of the things. And, you're demonstrating that to the young women out there. You don't have to put a timeline on the things that you see on social media that people are accomplishing. Always be a better version of yourself.
Absolutely.
So, and then, social media is another thing. Like, what do you think are the pros and cons of social media for young ladies?
Ooh, definitely a con. Let's get the bad stuff out the way. I definitely feel like there's always a lot of pressure, going back to that word, to perform at a certain standard, to impress people. That's the negative connotation I have about social media. I don't like that it makes people feel like they have to look a certain way or act a certain way. Because then it's not fair to ourselves, right? Because we're putting ourselves in a bubble, we're putting pressure on ourselves, we're making ourselves feel not worthy. But a pro, and something that I try to do is just try to be myself. Because at the end of the day, people will follow you because they, people will follow you because they love you for who you are.
The imperfections.
They want to see you when you wake up on a Monday morning, all like
with lips
frazzled.
I woke up like this.
She woke up like this. And they also want to see you, when you're doing your events and when you're all like cleaned up. Yeah, they want to see everything. And I think that's a pro. And another pro is that you're able to use that platform to advocate for things that you believe in, things that you care about.
I often enjoy the behind the scenes, honestly, of the blurbs.
It's more candid.
And some people, I'll do my my real estate reels, and they'll be like, "Oh, we want to see the candids." I'm like, "No, I actually do it one take. Like, if I don't do it in one take, I'm not putting it on because I don't want to feel like, oh, I have to do it again." And that second, third time is never, it's more inauthentic. So I get it. But I do like, just seeing the people's behind the scenes, because it's a little bit more, I can relate
relatable.
to it. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the one thing with social media too is learning from what I've been doing for the past 2 years is I never want social media to feel like a job or a chore, because it's supposed to be for fun. It's supposed to be, just for us to kind of let go.
It's a creative space.
It's a creative space. It shouldn't be a job, you know.
But I feel like there's people that, they read too much into it. And that's just me personally, because it's like, oh, so-and-so put this on. It's like, well, don't read into it too much. You might, you're going to go down the rabbit hole. So,
or they're like, oh, I only got 10 likes on this one. I'm deleting it.
Nobody likes my stuff. I'm like, I'm out of here. Get me out of here. Let me go to Seafood City and eat a whole meal. Speaking of Seafood City, we love that place. Thank you, guys. Oh, where are we going? Well, I'm really excited because you have so much going on. You have time to be here, PHLV, and also, support local businesses through LV FRG.
Yes.
And, your mom and your dad plays basketball in the league.
Yeah, he does. That's Arcanian.
They have so much going on. And when I'm at their store, I'm like, how are you here when you were over there like last night?
We were talking about duplicating ourselves.
No, you can't have doppelganger. This world would not. We'd be like, uh-oh, here we go. But where do you get your sense of motivation from? Because I know for me, it's God. God wakes me up every morning, and I literally am like, all right, Lord, what do we have to do for our ministry today? And not even so much that with that intention. It's just to be open to it. Where do you get your?
Well, that is a hard question.
I'm sorry.
I feel like no. I just feel like my motivation comes from obviously God too, right? My parents. But maybe I lost my train of thought.
No, and it becomes like a why. Your why every morning is like, okay, well, there's a purpose in things. Some days change throughout the day. Like, for example, last week we could not get a schedule in.
Yeah.
But we make it work. But the motivation is to stay consistent too.
Yeah.
Right?
I think my motivation, I don't know if this is the right way to word it, but it comes from me not feeling like this is work. Like I just feel like, I get to show up every day, and every day is different.
Yes.
I don't know what it's going to entail.
Right.
Some days I get to go out there and speak to schools and motivate kids to embrace their cultural legacy.
Yeah.
And then other days I'm at work helping people prepare for their weddings, like pick out their clothing. We're there every step of the way. And then other days, I'm here filming at PHLV Radio, sharing businesses. Yes. So I think my motivation comes from the underlying fact that one, life is short, and I get to embrace a different lifestyle every single day.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's versatile.
Right?
Yeah. Versatile with Cirimille.
Yeah.
I thought that rhymed. For some reason,
versatile with Cirimille.
Cirimille with her smile. But I think that's what excites you, and I think it excites everybody. Yes, that's a great answer. It's the unknown, but you're not worried about what is to come. You're just open to it.
Taking it in.
Yeah,
as what it is. And I want everyone to kind of look at life that way too, because it's like, even if you are working a 9 to 5, or if you're working at a hospital, you get different experiences every single day.
Right.
And that's what makes our jobs so much fun, because you're just like, cool, this is different.
I agree. And I think you said it best. I think the beginning of our meeting, you said, I did work for corporate before, and I did have a structured schedule, and as did I. But now that I am my own, motivator and boss, you have to get up in the morning and you got to prep your day the way you know how.
Right.
You cannot depend on someone else. So
absolutely.
The fact that you mentioned that, and as a young lady, coming from the corporate world, having your own, it's a demonstration that you can do it. And that people you have to take a chance on yourself.
Take a chance on yourself, because you never, I always tell people, even if you try something or you see something that interests you, and it doesn't work out, it leads you to something else.
Right.
And you also gained knowledge, you gained skills from that thing that you tried, and it could, potentially put you where you need to be,
Right.
Just like with a quick touch was, when I was working in the corporate world, I gained all these administrative duties, operational skills, and when you own a business, that is tenfold.
Right, and you wear 10 other hats.
Yeah.
You thought you were customer service, and you're like, actually, I'm human resources today. Thanks for showing up.
The cashier.
Yes. Hold on, let me be IT real quick. I'll be right back. See, and when I see you guys, I just got to share when her dad and mom's on the phone, Cirimille's on the front line taking an order or like customer servicing. Her dad's in the back trying to get stock.
He's steaming, he's changing the buttons, whatever.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing to experience when you walk into CMC, and that's not just a plug. Wholeheartedly, I know how hard it is to run a business, and then let alone work with your family and then go home together. Real
Yeah,
talk.
I'm still living at home, so
Real talk.
I'm with them 24/7.
And how lucky are you?
I know, I'm very, very
How
lucky.
lucky
That's
are
why I'm always, every night, you know, when you have those tough nights, sometimes you have those nights where you're just kind of like a little bit mad at the world, you're just feeling a little negative.
Just in your
You're just in your feelings. I always kind of ground myself and remember, like, man, there's one thing I tell this is gonna get a little personal, but like I'll lay there in bed at night and I'll be like,
Beyond the crown?
what kind of life am I living right now? And then it just kind of like sets me in, and I'm just like, this is everything I could ask for and more. I'm so blessed. I have so much gratitude. And to be able to do this all with my parents,
Yes.
right by their side. You know, we only get one, you know, some of us don't even have parents.
Right.
But to be able to do all of this, it's just so, I'm privileged and I'm grateful, and I have to remind myself to that all the time.
Well, the gratefulness with Cirimille, beyond the crown to everyone. You know, it's a pleasure to speak with you because I know you're often interviewing other people.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to learn your story and, you know, behind the scenes of who this big smile is.
That's me. That's what I'm known for.
Yep, your big smile. And I just want to congratulate you on all the things, all the things.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, and thank you to CMC Boutique always for sponsoring Mahalo Halo. And also just being an advocate to our community. It's a beautiful time. Congratulations to all the women of impact who are in this wonderful book. If you guys haven't got a copy, please get one. I'm sure we can put a link where we can
We have some for sale at CMC, so if you come by, we have some copies available before the next batch comes out.
Yes.
Kind of limited edition.
Yes, and listen, Filipino Town is upon us.
Yes.
These women are just incredible, you know, trailblazers, and just have paved the way for us younger Filipinas, and especially like Cirimille here saying, you know, she feels like she hasn't done enough, but everybody does their part. There's definitely a bigger picture.
Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone. You guys are watching Mahalo Halo Las Vegas and then some. We will be back at Downtown Container Park on May 10th.
Yes.
Mother's Day celebration. Watch Cirimille on stage. She's taking the
And
stage. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how these knees hold up. So again, thank you guys for watching us. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Bye.